Hi all. So today we will do routing. Okay, here we will create three networks by using networking devices like routers and switches. So for this, I am taking two routers. Suppose one is 2911 and the other one is 2811. And switches, I select 2960 switch and other as a hub or a switch, anything. Suppose I am using a hub also, one hub over here. Then and terminal devices, I select PC, one laptop, and here also one PC and one laptop. Now we have to connect all, so we have to use the connections between router and router. We have to use a cross cable, and this 2911 router have a gigabit ethernet port, so we will use any port out of 3 gigabit ethernet ports. So I'm using the first one. Then I go to 2811 router. It have fast ethernet ports, so you can use any out of these two. Now both are connected. Then by using straight cable, we can connect switch with the router. So go to router, select gigabit ethernet port and go to switch, select any fast ethernet port or the gigabit ethernet port of the switch, anything. Then connect N terminal devices with the switch. So both the N terminal devices are connected with this switch. Go to other side. 2811 router is going to connect with the hub and then machines. So both the devices are connected. So this is our whole scenario now. In this there are three networks. So this is LAN 1, this is another network, and this is LAN 2. Okay, so three networks. Uh, Suppose I just use this. Yeah, this is your LAN 1, this is your LAN 2, and this is the another network, right? And we have to take the IP addressing also. So here I am using three different classes. For LAN 1 I am using class A private address range. For this network I am using class B private address range, and for this LAN 2 I am using class C network addresses, right? So this is my LAN 1, and here I am using network address as 10.0.0.0. This is a network address which is not given to any device. It is just for the recognition of the network. And here I am using network address of class B 172.16.0.0, and here this is LAN 2, and here I am using network address of range class C 192.168.0.0. Alright, so we have to proceed further now. Now we will configure whole diagram, whole scenario. We will start from one side, from this LAN 1. So I am giving the IPs to these machines first. To this machine I am giving a IP. Just open the machine, desktop, IP configuration. Here I am giving 10.0.0.1 and its subnet mask and gateway also, as this is a WAN network, right? Wide area network now. So here default gateway we have to give to the N terminal devices. Here I am giving 10.0.0.3. Now which address is this? This is a address of this gigabit 0 by 1 port of this router 2911, right? This gigabit 0 by 1 act as a default gateway for this LAN 1. From this default gateway, the data can come in into this LAN 1 and also go out from this LAN 1. So similarly for this LAN 2, the FA0 by 1 port of router 1, this second router, act as a default gateway for this whole LAN 2. From this the data come inside this LAN 2 and go out of this LAN 2 from this gateway, right? So giga 0 by 1 I will give address as a 10.0.0.3. So it is now considered as a default gateway for this LAN 1. So second machine we have to give similarly desktop IP address 10.0.0.2 and default gateway 10.0.0.3. So IP addresses are given. Now go to router. We have to configure it by using the CLI, third tab of the router. Here, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? No. And press enter 2-3 times. Now this router prompt comes. Here we have to enable the router first. The commands are enable. It should be in the small case, so kindly use small case only. Configure space terminal. Now after enable, we are in the privilege mode of the router. After writing configure terminal, we are in the global configuration mode of the router. Here we have to now configure the interfaces of the router. We have used two interfaces of this router, two ports of this router. First of all, I am configuring this giga 0 by 1, which is connected with LAN 1, which act as a default gateway also. So IP interface gig 0 by 1. In my case, gig 0 by 1 is connected to LAN 1. So I'm writing this IP address 10.0.0.3 space subnet mask default of class A and no shutdown, right? By default the ports are in shutdown mode, so we have to type the command no shutdown also. Now gigabit ethernet changed state to up and its color also changed into green, so this side is up now. Now we are going to the other network. Now the next giga 0 by 0 port of this same router is falling in the second network, so we have to configure it. Interface gig 0 by 0 IP address 172.16.0.1 because I am using class B. So subnet mask of class B and no shutdown. It's also changed state to up, but its color is not turning into green because we have to configure the next side of the same this link also, which is fast ethernet 0 by 0 port of router 1. So this side done. Close this window, right? Open the router second. Now here CLI again. Would you like to enter? No. So similar commands are there. Enable the router, configure terminal to enter into the global configuration mode. So next is which interface is this? In my case, it is FA0 by 0, which is connected to the gig 0 by 0 of the first router. So this we have to give the IP address to this interface FA0 by 0 IP address 172.16.0.2 and subnet mask of class B, no shutdown. Now it's also changed state into up. Just check it. Yeah, both the interfaces are turning into green color now. They are up now. So second interface of this second router FA0 by 1, which is falling in the class C network, interface FA0 by 1 IP address 192.168.0.3. We have to give here subnet mask of class C, no shutdown. So this is also changed it to up. Now close this window. This also have IP address which act as a gateway. Now go to first and second machine and give the IPs of LAN 2. Here I am giving, go to desktop IP configuration 192.168.0.1, subnet mask of class C, and default gateway is 192.168.0.3, which is a IP of second router's FA0 by 1, which act as a default gateway gate for the second network, right? LAN 2. So LAN 2, third network. Okay, desktop IP configuration 192.168.0.2, 192.168.0.3. Default gateway is similar for all the machines in the LAN 2, right? But IP addresses are different. Similarly, for LAN 1, default gateway is same for all the machines, but IP addresses are changed. So now the IPs are given to whole network. Now we will check whether the ping goes between both the LANs or not. So I am opening first machine, go to command prompt, and here I am typing ping space address of this LAN 2 machine 192.168.0.1. Destination host unreachable is coming. Why? Because here RTO destination host unreachable is coming. Packet sent 4, received 0, lost 4. So here we need now routing, because here are two routers and three networks. Three different networks are here. This is one, this is second, this is third. So here we require routing. A router decide the path, best path, shortest path, optimized path, right, according to some routing protocol. So we have to configure the routing protocol over here on both the routers. So first of all, for this router, this router, first router, it is connected with two networks, 10 network and 172. Router second is also connected with this 172 network and 192. So we have to tell the router that these are the networks which are associated or connected to each router. So here we have to configure the routing protocol. We are going to configure routing information protocol, that is RIP. How to configure it? Go to router, first router, enter. You are in a interface mode, global interface configuration mode. So we have to come out of this mode by typing a command exit. Now we are in a global configuration mode. Here we have to type the command router rip. Then we have to tell the network which networks are connected to it directly. Network 10.0.0.0 means network space network address. Second network is network space 172.16.0.0. So both the networks are connected to first router. Close this window, open the second router. Similarly, yes, enter. You are in again in a interface configuration mode. So we have to get out of this mode by typing exit command. Now we are in a global configuration mode where we have to type the router rip command. So router rip. With the second router, two networks are associated. Network address is 172.16.0.0 and network 192.168.0.0. So this is done, right? And if you want to change the name of the router here, you can. We can change the router name in the global configuration mode. So we have to get out of this router mode. So I am typing exit. Here I am typing host name command is there. I am keeping capital B as a name of the second router. Host name space name of the router, any name. I am keeping it as a capital B. So its name changed from router to B. Similarly, I am going to router first router. We are in a router mode. So by typing exit, we are escaping to global configuration mode. Here I am typing command host name space capital A to change the name of the router, right? So names are also changed. Here I am also writing the names. Just click on this, text box opens. Here I delete this and type capital A. Router one's name is capital B. All right, so to router. Now we will check the ping command because our network is up now with the routing protocol also. So I am going to first machine, again command prompt, and I am checking the ping command again. Ping to the this LAN to first machine 192.168.0.1. Just wait now. RTO. Now reply is coming. Second, third, fourth. By default, 4 packets ping command can send. 3 packets successfully sent and received. Again I will try. Yes, now it will send all the 4 packets. 4 packets sent, 4 received. Lost is 0. Similarly, you can check from second network also to the first side. First network ping 10.0.0.1 or to any machine. Yes, replies are coming, means sent 4 packet and received 4. So in this way you can configure the WAN network where there in this scenario there are 3 different networks, and by using router we can connect different networks with each other. Right? Thank you.